Tonight, an exclusive inside look at a top-secret report on Russia, one that went directly to President Obama today. So, what does it reveal? Two top intelligence officials with direct knowledge of the report tell NBC News it details Russian cyber attacks against not just the Democratic National Committee, but the White House, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the State Department, even American companies. Some hacks successful, others thwarted. The report explains Moscow's motives, partly to disrupt the democratic process, and partly as payback, the intelligence analysts conclude, for the Obama administration's questioning of Vladimir Putin's legitimacy as president. It's not just last year's presidential campaign either. The report tracks Russian cyber activity back to 2008 and 2012. It does not speculate on whether Russia's interference affected the outcome of 2016.
President-elect Trump is saying that he's asking the House and Senate intelligence panels to investigate NBC News for what he says was top secret information shared to them prior to his briefing that's taking place as we speak. Can you say whether or not that information that appeared in that report was top secret, and whether it was leaked by the Obama administration to a news outlet prior to President-elect Trump receiving his briefing?
Josh, what I can tell you is that I'm not in a position to confirm the information that was included in that report. I'd refer you to the intelligence community for that. I certainly feel confident in saying that that is not material that was leaked to the public by the White House, but I'd refer you to the intelligence community to speak to it beyond that. The other observation I have, though, is I don't frequently respond to tweets from the president-elect, but I certainly do read them. And I did read 2 days ago that he was tweeting a steadfast defense of the integrity of the foreigner who runs the leading purveyor of the improper release of classified information retained by the United States government. 2 days later, 2 days after defending that person's integrity, the president-elect is now expressing some concern about the possible release of this classified information. The original tweet leads me to conclude that his concerns are about something other than protecting classified information. What those concerns are is something that I'll let him articulate, and presumably all of you will have an opportunity to ask about them. But given his track record, and certainly given some of the rhetoric that he used in praising WikiLeaks on the campaign trail, I think would call into question whether or not that's the actual source of concern that he is expressing today.
Just to button that up, you're ruling out that the White House, leaked that information to NBC, but you're not ruling out that an agency that's part of the intelligence community or another federal agency might have done so.
I can't speak to the inner workings of the intelligence community, particularly as it relates to the compiling of this specific report. The intelligence community was charged by the President of the United States with compiling a report. And as we've discussed at some length over the last couple of months here, the men and women of the United States intelligence community are patriots. And these are people who serve their country. They set aside their own personal political views to do the right thing for the country. So the president's got enormous confidence in them, believes that he's been extraordinarily well served by them over the last 8 years in providing to him timely, accurate, specific information that was not shaded to advance a political or ideological agenda, but rather was oriented toward providing him the best possible information so he could make the best possible national security decisions. But for questions about how the intelligence community has handled specific pieces of information, you should go talk to them about that.
Well, President Obama says today he has full faith in the conclusions of that report. President-elect Trump, who will get the same briefing tomorrow, has seemed skeptical of the intelligence community so far. The president with NBC Chicago's Carol Maureen.
When the president-elect receives his own briefings and is able to examine the intelligence as his team is put together, and they see how professional and effective these agencies are, that some of those current tensions will be reduced.
Hallie Jackson, NBC News, the White House.